on YouTube.
Hey,
Live on Facebook.
what's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Schilling from Secoya Health bringing this week's Wednesday Wellness Minutes. And this week, as we mentioned last, we're going to talk about the liver. And we're going to give you a brief snippet because, quite frankly, we could talk about this for days, weeks, and or months, if not years, especially if you go into the annals of Chinese medicine. But just first want to understand some simple basics idea about the liver. And quite frankly, you can use it as a diagnostic tool all the way through your entire body. It's pretty much remarkable. I couldn't even remember it all, and I know a lot of stuff about the liver. But it's basically, understand it's the seat of the soul as far as Chinese medicine goes. It's where your qi is housed. Even though we think of the kidneys as the sea of qi, the liver just holds onto it, and it really focuses it, and then it disperses it where it needs it to be. But if you don't know about the liver, it metabolizes proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. It supports the entire body in detoxification. It's a big problem for people who have detox challenges, whether it's the famed MTHFR or things like that, where people can't. It's one of those SNPs, a single nucleotide polymorphism. It's a fancy word for a genetic malformation that is working or is active in your body, and your body can't get rid of toxins. Is really what you want to think about. But it's a super exciting concept because people don't appreciate that all your fat soluble vitamins are stored in your liver, A, D, E, and K. Vitamins A, D, E, and K. It stores adrenaline from your adrenal glands. So when you get stressed or your body needs to explode through something or fight through something, it's going to release that. When people wake up in the middle of the night and they're hot and sweaty, it's because your liver gets turned on. It's like poof, like the car engine turning on. It's pretty amazing as far as that goes. It's probably one of the most abused organs in our body, if not the most abused organ in our body. People eat and drink too much very late at night, which we'll get to in a minute. Drinking and recreational drug use and things like that. Heavy foods. Just breathing toxins. We're exposed to 270,000 different toxins a day. So the list goes on and on. And therefore, we really want to take a moment to appreciate the liver because it's responsible for filtering all the blood before it goes to the heart. It's taking out chemicals and bacteria's. Liver can hold viruses, parasites, and all kinds of fun stuff. But basically, it processes all your hormones so that if you have any polycystic ovarian, polycystic breast, menstrual cycles that are nasty, there's so many things you can tie back to the liver because it's responsible for 2,000, 8,000 things a second. I'm not even sure. It's a ridiculous number. Liver imbalances, you can even find them in the eyes. So one information I was able to dig up was red and inflamed conjunctiva, which is the eye, the white part, the watery, painful feeling, sand in the eyes, that's oftentimes liver, the blurred, misty vision, that's going to be part of your liver as well. Film over the eyes, like the gunk that you, like if you feel like your eyes are kind of stuck shut, that can be often associated with the liver. So the list goes on and on as far as the eyes. You can use that as a diagnostic. So the visual physician can look at the tongue, the eyes, around the eyes, different fingernails. Fingernails are related to the liver as well. Splitting, rigid, or ridged, flaking, and things like that. All liver. I mean, it's just, quite frankly, awe-inspiring. Headaches. If you have a headache, you can pretty much guarantee it's either your kidneys and you're super dehydrated or your liver is dealing with too many toxins, too much of a toxic overload burden, can't get it out. One of the biggest problems that people face is acne or psoriasis or some other issue there. Again, your skin is one of your largest organs. It's generally considered the largest, but I think the fascia, which is something you can't see, it's the covering over your muscles, that's actually a bigger organ than the skin, but the skin is considered our largest organ as far as what we can visually see. But acne, psoriasis, eczema, I used to have tons of eczema, so I didn't even know it at that point, but I had a major liver problem even when I was a kid. Insomnia, waking up and not being able to fall back asleep, definitely look to the liver, especially when it's between 1 and 3 a.m. If you've ever seen a chart like this, it's a Chinese meridian clock. Right up here, the liver is from 1 to 3 a.m. during normal and 2 to 4 during daylight savings time. But every organ system has a time frame in your body. It's really important to understand that. And if you're waking up at night and you're hot, it is your liver. If you're waking up and you're not hot and you're waking up frequently, that's probably because your blood sugar is spiking and dropping because your body's pulling more sugars out of the liver and the muscles to keep your body systems going. Chronic fatigue syndrome, you can look to the liver. What else? Bile production. Most people don't understand what bile is. Bile is like taking soap and putting it on a greasy pan. When we eat food and there's fat in there, which almost everything has, Your liver is what creates the bile, and then it's stored in the gallbladder, and the gallbladder then squeezes like a little sack of muscle, and it spits out this little soap onto the fats, and it breaks that down. So the bugs in our gut can then break that down. They poop out good stuff, and we use that stuff. Kind of a weird process, but once you understand it, it's pretty cool. So eating your main meal in the middle of the day, like a lot of cultures around the world eat their main meal at the lunch hour, between 12 and 2, somewhere in there. As Americans, we typically have it in the evening, which is probably the worst idea ever. You want to have one of your lightest meals then, because you want to unburden your liver. If you've heard us talk about the Vitality Food Guide, one of the things I've integrated into that is the idea of having lower fats and proteins, more green leafy vegetables and complex carbs in the evening to take the stress off the heavy proteins and the fats off of the liver and de-stress the body then. So that's another resource we have available for you. If you're interested, we're happy to provide that for you. Looks like one of our fans is calling. Only kidding, of course. So the ideal practice is to go to bed early and rise early. That's a really important thing as far as the cycle of your liver. It will help you feel better. It will help you detox better. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Every minute before midnight is worth 3 minutes after, as far as a restorative. As soon as 3 p.m. strikes, your liver does not want to be burdened. That's why we talk about having the main meal before that. So don't overburden your liver. Don't drink a lot of alcohol or other sugary things at night. That's going to affect your liver. It's going to slow you down. Fatigue and irritability are often associated with the liver, anger, frustration, starvation complexes, like not having something, feeling like you're not getting enough, not getting what you want or deserve, aggressive outbursts, pain right under the ribs. It can be painful tender breasts as well, but pain definitely in here. People get spasms and things like that in this area, but it can reflect to the other side of the body. As we mentioned, menstrual cycles can be very problematic. But generally speaking, it's really important to heal our liver because it deals with all the hormones, the toxins, and everything else. And if it's not happy, I can guarantee you, you're not going to be happy. So you can eat things like a ton of broccoli. You can find things with milk thistle in them and a bunch of other stuff. When you need some heavy lifting, like you need to get a backhoe in there and get some garbage out, right? We have some really good tools. Turmeric, which is really good for detoxifying the liver, is just as good as a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, like a ibuprofen, aspirin, Tylenol. This is just as good and proven effective in clinical trials. A heavy dose of turmeric. That's a good one for helping the liver get inflammation. Think of chronic pain as liver related. Fibromyalgia, liver related. You got to detox. And fibromyalgia, you also have to deal with the struggle with your male conflict in your life, whoever the male might be. Clearing out fungal agents in the liver, allicin, which is allicin, is the most powerful extract in garlic. That's really helpful for getting garbage out of the liver. Balancing viruses in the liver with medicinal mushrooms like reishi, Ganoderma lucidum. That's a really good one here. Pro-defense, that's helpful for the liver. Macromolecules to package up things like toxins and get them through phase 1 and phase 2 detoxes in the liver. This is really helpful because what this is going to do is it's going to take the burden off the liver. So sometimes you need macromolecules, macronutrients to help that out. Nothing better than the nano detox formulas from Premier Research Labs. I lean on these all the time. Personally, I try to eat and live a lifestyle that doesn't require supplementation as best I can, because that's the goal for all of us, right? Just do our thing. But sometimes we need it. This is one of my go-tos for that. These are, you'll never go wrong with any of these. I should mention, of course, we have our famous, where is it? Everybody loves these. There you go. Coffee enema kit. Everybody loves those, right? Nobody likes to talk about it, but once you do one, your life will never be the same. So the reason I bring that up is because when you think about glutathione, a coffee enema will raise your glutathione levels in your liver by 400%. And that's just by doing that. And not only will you have that benefit and that cleansing of your liver, you'll actually cleanse your colon as well. And we can use things like Seldamed to decrease the spasms in the colon and be able to hold it for the 10 minutes necessary. Whatever, we can talk about that later. In fact, there's a video that we've done in the past about the famed coffee enema. The guardian of the anus, as they called it in ancient Egyptian times. It's not a joke. We have a handout for you. If you want it, we'll email it to you. Just let us know. But glutathione is fantastic for helping your liver detoxify. Premier lecithin, and we have limonene, and there's a bunch of other stuff that we can help. GB+, these are all agents to help with the bile production and helping taking stress off the liver. Super helpful. A double bonus on this one, Max B and D, is really good for your adrenals. The mostly methylated, they're almost completely methylated B vitamins, as well as the detoxification support of these B vitamins on the liver, unmatched by a lot of other things. So There are a lot of things you can do. Meditate, send love and gratitude to your liver every day. You gotta love it because it loves you, and it basically falls on the sword every 5 minutes for you, whether it's dealing with a toxin or dealing with the food or dealing with a liquor or whatever you got going on in your life. It doesn't matter. Stressful situations. Love your liver. Give it the love it deserves and it needs. This is a brief snippet of your overall liver health and how it affects your life. There's a ton more to it, and what your liver challenge might be is different from mine, different from anybody else's. So that's why we're here to help you figure out what it is and give you that insight. And that's why people come here, because they're like, I don't know what's going on. I can't figure it out. Okay, so either my guts are bloating, or I got migraine headaches, or I got skin stuff, whatever it is. We'll help you dig in, help you get the toxins out, help you heal the wounds, whether they're in your brain or in your body, whatever it might be. That's what we're here for. So give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family so we know that this is helpful for you. When we see that share, when we see the likes, we know that we're putting out material that is beneficial for you, because that's what we're here to serve you for. We want to give you that information so you're empowered and understand how you can help yourself and get rid of the symptoms, because let's face it, who wants to live with symptoms, right? We want to live symptom-free. And symptoms are just an underlying sign of problems that are hidden. We're here to uncover them and help you get rid of them. So we teach people what they are, where they're coming from, how to get rid of them, how to never have them again. All right? It's our mission. I, as a doctor means teacher, so my job is to teach you how to do it on your own, so that if you're at home and you have a problem, I got this, what do I do? Well, I remember we had talked about this, this, and this. Now that's when you're going to have that information. So you get the owner's manual to your body when you come and work with us. That's our job. That's our promise to you, and we're excited about it. And everybody here on the team loves helping people out and seeing their shiny faces come in and say, hey, I had sciatica for 10 years and now I don't have any, or whatever it is, right? So just keep in mind that it doesn't matter how unrelated you think it might be to anything else. It's all interconnected. Everything's interconnected. There's nothing happens by chance in your body. So let us help you figure that out. That's our job. We're experts at it, and we do it every day. So let us know what we can serve you with as far as information, and we will post it next week for the Wednesday Wellness Minutes. All right, guys, take care.